So Chud the Builder is the official spokesperson for FAFO.
Somebody get him a banana. He's chimping out. Come on over here and chimp out. He chimping out. He said, what's the...
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I wish I wasn't on the clock so I could heckle this motherfucker. That's a mic on him.
It's really so stupid.
And I need you to understand, he didn't get nominated. He earned that title himself, literally, with his own gun, 8 Mile style, pointed at his arm. And well, ish happens. Today, outside of Tennessee Courthouse in Clarksville, Dalton Eatherly, the man behind Chud the Builder, pulled out a weapon, shot another man, and in the process, accidentally shot himself in the arm. He's currently in custody and on a stretcher. And before we get into it, I got receipts. I got his audio. I got a witness who was there. I got the clip of him being carted out. This ain't just commentary today. It's a full breakdown. But before we get into it, show the channel some love. Hit that sub button. Hit the like. Hype this thing up. Cue the clip.
This that Raymundo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
That boy is good.
Now, if you don't know what Chud the Builder is, you really need the context because it matters. His whole brand, his entire platform was built on one thing: walking up to black people in public using every racial slur in the book. I'm talking pepper spraying, mocking them, and then hiding behind the First Amendment when people get upset, like a little bitch. But I digress. That's the business model. Rage bait wrapped in free speech. Just last week, he ordered over $300 worth of food at a Nashville steakhouse, refused to pay, and got arrested. Disorderly conduct, resisting arrests, theft, and then, this is the part that matters. 6 days before, he went online and posted, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with the intent of bodily harm." 6 days. I mean, real talk, he was building to this. He was telling you exactly what it was he was planning. He just didn't plan on his aim being that bad.
I walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing, they were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He was still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
They have everything.
What weapon is that right there?
I believe that's it. Is that yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's talking to him right now.
Oh no, you guys are good to do your thing.
Okay.
He has a graze. I call it a graze to the left arm. He has slight abrasion right here on his head. Okay. Maybe some scrapes. Lightheaded.
Okay, so let's just break down what we heard. He said somebody punched him, and he said he had to defend himself by shooting him. But here's where the disconnect really starts, because this man has hours of footage that he posted himself where he goes up to strangers unprovoked and tells them, "Don't chimp out." He pepper sprays them, he mocks them, he builds content off their reactions. And now the narrative is he's the victim. Yeah, right. See, this is where it's not mathing for me. When you've spent the last couple of months provoking people, posting you will meet them with lethal force, and then you show up to a courthouse and the exact thing you predicted happens, that ain't victimhood. That's consequences. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe the universe had nothing to do with it. Maybe it was just a coincidence that a man who built his entire career on provoking violence ended up in this situation. Maybe. Or maybe, and I'm just gonna say it, he messed around and he found out.
Blood on him?
Look at his arm, his left arm.
Yeah, he got it in the arm.
This is wrong that I'm recording this.
He's some kind of guy that goes around, makes videos.
He goes around and he's like really racist.
Now you're probably wondering, why was Chud at court? Well, he was there for a civil case. A civil case. He was being sued by a bill collector. That's the level where we're at. He didn't come to the courthouse to fight for free speech. He came because he owed somebody money. And somehow, some way, a man who spent months provoking people, telling them to attack him, ended up in a shooting that he started, that he was injured in, and that he is now in custody for. That's not a tragedy. That's a syllabus. That's the curriculum for every person that thinks free speech means freedom from consequences. See, here's what I want you to actually sit with, because this ain't just about Chud the Builder. This is about what happens when people weaponize rights. The First Amendment is real. Free speech is real. And I believe in it. But there's a difference in speech that protects you and speech you use to provoke people, and then something happens. Nick Fuentes said that he didn't like that approach to antagonizing people in public like that. He called it wrong and unethical. When the guy that runs the white nationalist podcast tells you to calm down, that's got to be speaking to something. And what's really important here is this: the other person, the man who was shot and flown to Vanderbilt, he's the actual victim in this. Now, we only have one side of the story. And honestly, I don't have a real reason to believe Chud, but I do imagine the man was triggered. But as a man, we also have the responsibility to control our emotions and to pick and choose our battles wisely. But what is the karma? What is the FAFO? Is that the man who wore series finale, dead chimp on the pavement, on his own page last week, is now the one on the stretcher? Sounds to me he wrote his own series finale, just not the one he imagined. But here's what it comes down to, and it's not even complicated. He posted on May 7th, "I will defend my life with lethal force." On May 13th, 6 days later, he showed up to court, not to defend free speech, to answer a debt collector in civil court. And that situation had been building for months, and it finally arrived. He didn't get set up. He didn't get targeted. He built a brand on confrontation, surrounding himself with escalation. Told the internet exactly what he was gonna do, and then he did it. That ain't a victim. That's FAFO in its purest form. You free speeched yourself into a self-inflicted gun wound, a shooting charge, and a hospital bed, all in one afternoon. When you're in that position, it's not just about what you say, it's about what that moment is supposed to represent. And that moment was a result of 6 months of messing around and finding out. Now, that's just my opinion. Maybe that's just me. The question I want to leave you with, the real one, is this: at what point does the platform become the problem? Because Chud the Builder had pages, had followers, had live streams, had a whole ecosystem built around his escalation, and it escalated exactly like it was always going to. He is now officially the spokesperson for FAFO, and he didn't have to run for it because he shot himself into it. Till next time, if you enjoy the content, hit that sub button to the right, show the channel some love, and to the left, more dope content. Until next time, I'm out.
This that Raymundo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
That boy is good.